Good afternoon, everybody. And firstly, a very warm welcome to this afternoon group session where I'm going to be talking about menopause and stuck weight. So firstly, it is very important to understand that a lot of people during menopause are fit, are slim, are healthy, are energetic, and they don't suffer from so many effects of menopause. Now, why is it that some people don't suffer from all these side effects and others do? It is all to do with your diet and your lifestyle. During menopause, there is no need to do dieting. There is no need to do starvation. There is no need to do a lot of things which people do. However, if your original diet is bad, if your original diet is not healthy, if your original exercise schedule is zero, then menopause will hit you like a ton of bricks. So what I'm trying to say is that when you are a teenager, you can avoid sleeping the whole night, play video games the whole night, or watch a movie, party with friends. The next day you come, sleep for a few hours, and you're good to go. The body is not damaged as much. When the same thing you do at 28, the body takes time to recover. When the same thing you do at 38, the body takes 1 week to recover. When the same thing you do at 48, the body gets damaged. So what I'm trying to say is, it is not the menopause which is damaging you, but during menopause, the capacity of the body to handle a bad diet and a bad lifestyle is severely reduced. Like for example, when a baby falls and fractures a leg, it heals very fast. Normally, babies don't fracture very easily because they have very soft bones. It doesn't break easily. But let's say a teenager. If a 18-year-old fractures a leg, the recovery is fast. When a 28-year-old fractures a leg, the recovery is not as fast, but it's pretty good. But the same fracture at 58 or 68 or 78 can become a permanent disability in terms of weakness, if not mutilation. So what I'm trying to say again and again, I'm trying to say your body has a recovery capacity. Like when you get a cut, when you get a bruise, when you get a burn, it recovers. But this capacity to recover is heavily dependent on your healthy nutrition and a good lifestyle. The more and more your nutrition becomes bad, your body cannot recover. The more and more your lifestyle is not good, your body cannot recover. So your body's key recovery capacity is going down. That is the crux of what I want to introduce today. Which means that what is happening, first let's understand what's happening during menopause. So what's happening during menopause is that your body, the estrogen in your body is coming down. And the other hormones, which is progesterone, the testosterone, because the estrogen is coming down, they start showing up more. It's like sunlight, during the day, the moon is also there, the stars are also there. Everything is there, but we can't see it because the sun is shining so brightly. But when the sun sets, that's the time we can see the moon, we can see the stars, and we think that the moon has come up and the stars have come up. But no, the moon and stars were already there. We could not see them because of how bright the sunlight was. Similarly, a woman's body has estrogen and progesterone and testosterone also, which is a male hormone, but it's there in a woman in small quantities. But when the estrogen, it's like it sets, or it declines. So there is a setting of the estrogen gradually. So the effect of progesterone and testosterone starts showing. Now, people who already had an unhealthy diet, which means the diet was nutritionally deficient, the body was already nutritionally deficient, There was no schedule of drinking enough water, exercising regularly, doing deep breathing, doing pranayama. Then the body's recovery capacity is already down. And when this estrogen starts sliding down, the problems start showing up. The deficiencies start showing up. And in what way? Because when the estrogen goes down, if your nutrition was rich in phytoestrogens, the phytoestrogens would take over and gradually bring the change. But if your diet is full of inflammatory food, the phytoestrogens are absent, then this gradual change is like it falls, it crashes. There is no gradual change. It just falls. And the falling hormones start showing up as hot flashes, lack of sleep, insomnia, terrible skin changes, anxiety, bone loss. If your diet is already poor and it's acidic diet, you're already losing bone. Now, till that time, estrogen was protecting it like this. But the moment the protection is out, your acidic diet will start eating away the bone. Similarly, truncal obesity, obesity around the umbilical area. Why? The obesity around the umbilical area is because you are eating those foods which are imbalancing the insulin. The more your insulin is imbalanced, the more inflammation is there. Then instead of the fat being under the skin, the fat will go under the navel around the organs, which is a dangerous fat. Why? Because it is a fat caused due to inflammation and insulin imbalance, which was already happening, but estrogen was protecting it. And then once estrogen falls, the problems start. So first, let me talk about what kind of diet and lifestyle will lead to severe menopausal symptoms and menopausal weight gain. So let's look at number one. If you have a nutrition and lifestyle where you're not eating daily salads, which are very rich in plant hormones, which are very rich in alkaline nature, that means your body is becoming acidic. Your phytoestrogens are very low. Because that very vital element in your diet is completely missing. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I don't like salads. So that is like babies. Children say, I don't like this, I don't like that. But it's a vital ingredient in your food. It is required because only salads have enzymes. Cooked food will not have enzymes. So the moment you cook food, enzymes become zero. Of course, you can choose good salads, healthy salads, fresh salads. You can wash it well. But they are very critical to your health. Fruits. Now, people eat fruits once a week and they think they're eating fruits. That's not what is the recommended dietary requirement. You have to have fruits every day. Now, of course, there's so many fruits available. And the most delicious fruits available. But some people don't like fruits. And in fact, because the body wants that sweet taste, the body loves that sweet taste. Where do they get their sweet from? From chemical sweet. And this chemical sweet is causing inflammation in the body, is damaging in the body and causing inflammation and acidic reaction. And this also pushes the menopausal symptoms as a serious imbalance. Now, what kind of chemical sugar am I talking about? Your white sugar. Now, you will say that, no, there is no chemical in my white sugar. It is just what the white sugar from the grocer's shop. It's just simple white sugar. So let me tell you that white color is not natural. We all know that sugar comes from sugarcane, and sugarcane then is converted into jaggery, and then jaggery is converted into sugar. Jaggery is brown. Why is sugar white? Because of chemical colors, because of chemical bleaching agents. That white color is not natural. It's coming from the chemical processing. And that chemical is going inside your body. And the moment the chemical goes inside the body, it throws your hormones into a flux. Already your hormones are entering a flux. It throws the hormones into a flux. People think that, oh, it's the sweet which is the problem. No, it is the kind of sweet which is the problem. Similarly, it is not the oil which is the problem. It is the kind of oil which is the problem. The chemicalized oil which is the problem. Already your body is changing. And now you have so much of chemical load in your body, so much chemical load, it is going to disrupt whatever little hormone you have left. If you see mood swings, what is a mood? When we say we are feeling good, we are feeling happy, in the body, it's the endorphins which are being released. And what is endorphin? It is a protein molecule. It is a protein. It's like you write a letter or an email. It is like a communication packet. It is a communication hormone called endorphin, which makes you happy. Now imagine if there are chemicals inside your body. How will this endorphin form? It won't form. So you feel depressed. Serotonin, another globule or a structure of globules, protein globules, which form, it's a mess. It's like a message. Again, requires amino acids, like requires some fatty acids. But you are taking oil which has chemical. And that chemical oil doesn't have those essential fatty acids which is required for forming serotonin. So what will happen? Serotonin is responsible for staying calm. It is that calmness hormone. Now this hormone can't form in good quantity because the raw material is not there, because you are having so many chemical foods in your kitchen. All these refined and super processed foods are through a chemical process. There are a lot of chemicals used. So the body is not got the raw material. So if I have to make a brick house and the only thing available to me is plastic, then I will make it with plastic and it will fall down. So this body is made of the raw material which we get from food. When that raw material has microplastics, chemicals, pesticides, preservatives, artificial color, artificial flavor, all these chemicals go inside our bodies as raw materials. But the body cannot make cells and tissues and hormones and can't do recovery and repair with these chemicalized things. So it is starving for raw material, literally starving for raw material. And when the body is starving for raw material, and now your estrogens are dipping, it doesn't have the capacity to balance. Because the ingredients of recovery, the ingredients of repair are not available in your body. You're not providing those things. A lot of people start taking multivitamins. But let me tell you, multivitamins are fine. But you're only taking those multivitamins which science has discovered. There are millions of multivitamins and synergistic elements which science has not discovered, which is still in the fruit or in the vegetable or in something else. But you can't eat it because it's not discovered yet. And you are not eating the actual fruit or vegetable, you are eating a multivitamin. So the scientists can't put it because they haven't discovered it. So a lot of people in the false notion are that, oh, I'm taking a multivitamin, I can have a bad diet. That's wrong. That's not true. You can take all the multivitamins you want, but a bad diet will still cause problems in your body because there's so many other multivitamins which have not been discovered. So those are not available in that multivitamin. So like you can't outrun a bad diet, you can't outdo a bad diet with multivitamins. Then there is also a problem of absorption. You are taking a multivitamin by mouth. If your gut biome is not healthy, if it is full of toxins, if it is covered by layers and layers and layers of toxins, your body will simply not absorb even those multivitamins. So what I'm trying to say is that good nutrition is the fundamental building block of a beautiful menopause. And if you tell me that it's not possible, that's not true, because there's so many actors and actresses who you don't even realize they have crossed 50. They look vibrant, beautiful, smart, healthy, fit, great skin, because they're careful. They use the best of the nutritionists and doctors to tell them something, but they also follow it. That's the only difference. They follow the advice to the T because it's their profession. So they are extremely diligent and sincere in following the advice. It's not that they just take the advice and put it in their pockets and don't do anything about it. So today I'm going to be talking about some herbs which will help you. And in the next Saturday session, I'll be talking about some herbs which will help you. But what I'm trying to say is that while these herbs are really good, but they are not magic. There is no magic in these herbs. You have to have a proper balanced nutrition, which is nutrient dense. Because without a nutrient dense nutrition, it is not possible to get the benefits of a transformation program. So what today I will talk about is, and then in every session we talk about something. So like I said, if you want to have a wonderful menopause where you continually look much younger than what you are and healthier and fitter and vibrant, then the pillars of menopausal treatment or management, let's not call it treatment, it's not a disease, but management. Number one is nutrition according to your body type, because we always talk about that general nutrition will not help you. Like suppose if I have a particular skin type, now I can't pick up any cream and just apply on my face. I have to know what is my skin type and then use the correct cream. Similarly, nutrition according to your body type. So you have to know your body type and then match what foods, what herbs, what seeds, what oils, what vegetables, what salads would work for you. You have to know your body type. That's personalized nutrition. That's personalized healthcare. So nutrition according to your biotype. Second is herbs to support the transition when the estrogen is falling. Third is breathing, which is part of your lifestyle. People don't breathe correctly. People don't even understand breath work. What is Anulom Vilom? What is Brahmari? What is Kapalbhati? What is Bhasrika? These are fantastic techniques taught in yoga. Fantastic techniques. I mean, when I, as a doctor, started studying about it, I was blown away. Because as a doctor, I could correlate that they are trying to balance the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system, which, by the way, is also connected to feeling that your sleep problems, your stress, your anxiety. It's all due to this parasympathetic sympathetic imbalance, and all this breath work actually helps to balance the two, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. So basically, you can call it in a very silly lane. I mean, if I say it in a very silly way, it's like the brake, the clutch, or the brake and the accelerator. So one nervous system is like the accelerator, it's speeding up, and the other is the brake. So this is how you maintain speed and direction. Accelerate. start pressing the brake and slowing down, then accelerate, then start press. That's how your car is driven. Now, in our normal life, when the accelerator is, we are going on pressing the accelerator and our brakes have failed, that's stress. If our brakes are being pressed and the accelerator has failed, that is depression. So the parasympathetic and the sympathetic system actually is your brakes and your accelerator. But if one of them is overworking and the other is not working, that's where the problem starts. And the breath work is a beautiful way, a simple, elegant, beautiful way to balance the two. And of course, there are various techniques, like I said, Kapalbhati, Bhastrika, Bhramri, Anilom Vilom, but people don't do it. Because nobody has told all of us in schools and colleges that this is so important and something so easily available in our country. So easily available. We don't have to pay in dollars to learn it. It's easily available at a fraction of a cost, but we don't do it. So breath work is very critical. So like I said, then in physical fitness, there are 4-5 types of different movement therapy which should be done. Like, for example, your spine has to be flexible if you want that your communication from your head to your feet should be good. It is carried through the spinal cord. But if your spinal cord becomes stiff, it loses its natural shape. Then your communication from your legs will get affected. Weight gain, joint pains, knee surgeries, and all other problems. So your spinal cord has to be flexible. Then strength. Because of all this junk diet and starvation and intermittent fasting, people lose muscle. And women lose muscle, men lose muscle. So the muscle is basically holding the skeletal system strong. Your knees, your joints, but you're losing muscle because of fat diets. And then what happens? Flabby arms, imbalance. So exercise is not just about running and burning calories. Sadly, that's what people think. Exercise is about dexterity, about strength, about endurance, about lung power, about cardiovascular health. So you have to have a personalized plan made for exercise. Everybody can't just start running and jogging and thinking it's very good for me. Because different body types need different exercises combination. You need all of them, but in different frequency, different repetitions, different loads. So what I'm trying to say is that one glove fits all is not even used in exercise. It has to be personalized to what your body wants, your body requires. A person with an ectomorphic body will require a different set of exercises. A person with a mesomorphic type of body would require a different type of exercises. A person with endomorphic body would require a different type of exercise. It's not like kam khao or khub doro. It's not as reductionist as that. So personalized set of exercises are very critical. What works for you, what would work for me will not work for others. So breath work, movement, what kind of yogic exercise would work for you? And a combination of what will work for you. Like some people really shape and tone up with swimming and a couple of other exercises mix. So what I'm saying is that it has to be a mix of these exercises to really give you the best results. Then of course, sleep time, sleep management. A lot of people I see today popping melatonin, which is artificial melatonin for sleep. So one thing I can tell you, however good the supplement may be, this magic fix does not work in the body. The body is interconnected. Each and every part of the body is talking to each other. So this magic fix will not help. It has to be integrated. It has to come together. It's like when you bake a cake, there is no shortcut. You have to get the flour right, you have to get the oil or the cream or the butter right, you have to, beat it well. So what I'm trying to say is that even in a something as simple as baking a cake requires such complexity. Do you think that this whole body you can fool or anybody can fool by a multivitamin? No. And as a medical doctor, we used to give so many multivitamins to our patients. So many. Iron supplement, this supplement, that supplement. But what I'm trying to tell you, being now an integrated, holistic a person with that philosophy, I'm not deriding multivitamins. Please have them, but not at the cost of good nutrition. Nutrition is the fundamental thing. On top of that, you can layer by putting herbs and multivitamins and the other things I told you about breathing, about exercises, about yogic asanas. So today I'm going to be talking about just two herbs. The first herb is Shatavari. Shatavari is like a reproductive tonic for women. And it has 100 kind of roots sort of structure. And that's why it's called Shatavari. What does it do? Some people, to make it sound simple, call it the women's ginseng. But actually, it's beyond that. What it does is, it energizes the reproductive system, protects the reproductive system, and this gradual drop of the estrogen, it tries to balance out. So that it's not a steep drop like this, but a gradual drop like this, which does not mean it's like your hormone replacement therapy. That much I want to make it very clear. Shatavari is not a plant version of HRT. No, it is not. It has phytoestrogens, but it is designed to support your natural hormonal balance. It is not like a artificial hormone which is coming in, which is made of plants. No. In all these herbs which I'll be talking about, it is not that it is a plant-based replacement of a hormone. That means if you're taking HRT, now you're taking Shatavari. No. All plant-based herbs work to support the natural body, not to replace or dominate the natural body. So this replace and dominate is not a function of the plant system. It is to support. It is to potentiate, improve, not a replacement, not a domination. Like why I'm saying, I'll try to explain. Like as doctors, we used to give contraceptive pills to women, especially if they've had 2-3 children and they were not keen to get conceive again. We used to give them contraceptive pills. Now, what does a contraceptive pill do? It has estrogen and progesterone in a certain dose. It suppresses the normal hormonal estrogen and progesterone in a woman's body. So what happens? A cyclical peak which happens up and down, which leads to a fertile period, that peak is removed and it's like a flat curve. And because of that removal of that peak, and the fertile period goes away. So the fertile period is not there. So that's how a contraceptive works. It controls and dominates and takes away the cycles, natural cycle. That's not how Shatavari will work. It will not control or dominate. It will strengthen and potentiate the natural body's hormones. Which means if the estrogen is declining, yes, it will decline, but it will not crash. It will give it a gentle support so that the body is gently moving into the new phase of life where a woman is stopping her reproductive function. Now, what I'm trying to say is that when you take Shatavari, it has to be taken in a certain way. And that certain way means you have to understand your body. You need 2 capsules a day, you need 3 capsules a day, you want to have it, you will be given with milk or with some other thing. All this depends on your unique body type. But this Shatavari was given to women during this phase, during this change, to support also skin, her hair, and her mood, so that there is no crash. It's like you take a plane and you gently land rather than you just drop down. That's how these herbs work. So that the transition is smooth. It's not a jerky transition. It's not that Shatavari will get the periods back, but it will move in such a gentle way that the transition is smooth without all those side effects. Because the side effects are not necessarily inbuilt into the woman's body. It's like we are not designed to be ill. We make ourselves ill. The body is supposed to be living for 100 years. It's not supposed to have diabetes and cholesterol and cancer and blood pressure and so many other diseases which happen to us. So aging is a process where the body shape changes but doesn't deteriorate. It's not necessarily deterioration. Like a baby becoming an adult is not deterioration. A teenager becoming an adult is not deterioration. So these are different phases of life with different structure, different appearance, different type, but it's not deterioration of the body. And that is very important for us to understand. In Japan, there is a blue zone, and all of us have heard about it. And people over there have lived more than 100 years. And they are not bedridden, they're not on a wheelchair. They're doing all the things they were doing earlier. Singing, dancing, walking, enjoying their food. And a lot of books have been written on the blue zone, on why that area boasts of, like normally we find very few people who have lived above 100, but in that area, in that blue zone, there's so many people who are above 100. So obviously it is the way they are living, it is their nutrition, it is their lifestyle, which means that this thought in our head that, oh, we have to die at 80 because the body will give up, is self-created. And people in those blue zones are not invalid, no wheelchairs, no bedridden, healthy people living a normal life, doing their own cooking, own cleaning, because there are no servants in Japan, gardening, fishing. So they're doing everything as they would when they were younger. So, like I said, Shatavari is an interesting herb used during this period specifically, but it's also used for many other reproductive problems. So it's not that it's only given to menopausal women, but it's also given as a reproductive tonic to younger women also. The second herb I want to talk about is Ashwagandha. Ashwa means horse, Gandha means, like it's when the people in the agriculture field saw this herb, they could smell the herb far, far away. So these herbs then were extracted, farmed, and Ashwagandha, of course, now you find in many, many, many stores in a capsule form, in a herbal infusion form. But what is the benefit of Ashwagandha? Firstly, it's not that Ashwagandha can only be taken by menopausal women or perimenopausal or postmenopausal. It can be taken by anybody because it has many benefits. So some of the benefits are, it relaxes the nerves, gives better quality sleep, because once you're relaxed, your quality of sleep improves. If you're anxious, your quality of sleep will not be good. It also strengthens the body because it is a potentiator. It is a synergistic action. Synergistic in a very, again, layperson's term, I would say, synergistic is a good friend. And if I say a good friend, that's suppose I am driving the car, but I'm not good at remembering the route. And I have a friend with me who's very good in remembering the route. So while I'm driving the car, but the friend will guide me, okay, take left, take right, and I'll not get lost. So that is how synergy impacts versus a chemical which will say, okay, you don't know how to drive, I will drive. So that is takeover. So synergy means supportive, friendly, friendship. So ashwagandha is a supportive, friendly herb which supports all different functions in our body, like relaxes, calms down, gives strength to the body, improves the antioxidant of the body. And when the antioxidant function of the body improves, the antioxidants are able to kill cancer cells, kill inflammatory cells. So the soldier in the body is already there. Ashwagandha is the friend of the soldier. Ashwagandha is the friend of the nervous system. Ashwagandha is the friend of the liver. So it goes as a friend and supports the function which is happening in different parts of the body. So today I have covered Ashwagandha and Shatavari. In the next Saturday, we would be doing something, and I would be covering many other herbs which I have, made a note of. But what I'm trying to say is, menopause can be a lovely time. All you have to do is remember that our bodies are not designed to fail or be diseased. Our bodies are designed to be healthy. And entire health sciences, preventive and wellness health sciences, are geared towards supporting you to be the best version of yourself. So I see you in a week. Please do join in, and we will go through each and everything in detail and help you to clarify and remove all the myths and doubts so that you can choose better, choose wisely. So thank you so much for coming in this session.